Welcome everybody, and thanks for watching my Flosstube channel where I talk about my dog's balls. I'll get Wally in here so you guys can see how well he is doing. But first I have whips to show you and thrift store finds, because no video would be complete without major, awesome, spectacular, the stars aligned, the planets aligned, God knows what else aligned for me to find some amazing things this week. Finishes, because I have finishes, a few gifts, and I think that's it. Oh, shout outs, list of shout outs. So I hope you guys have been well. It's been just a little hot here in Arizona. Earlier in the week, I think on Tuesday, it got to 120. I don't know. The days all blended together during the summer, and with it being so hot, you just kind of go crazy. So just, yeah, I've been staying cool and staying in and taking the boys to our community pool. And they've been a little, you know, cabin fever, and we're like, yeah, go outside, and they're outside for like 9 seconds and then come back in laughing, saying that it's too hot to be outside, and we're like, yeah, we told you. But it's just, you know, part of the territory of living here. You're in the desert. This has been probably the hottest summer since I've been here in Arizona. I've been here, it'll be 7 years, December, and I think this has been the hottest. And both times that I was pregnant during the summer. But I don't mind the heat, I really don't. Yeah, it's not the most pleasant feeling walking outside to get your mail and you come in and you're sweating like you just jumped into a swimming pool. But that's why there's air conditioning, and stores here know that they have to have air conditioning to cool everybody down. So, you know, if it's going to the movies or a restaurant, it's all good. Anyway, let me start off with my finishes, because those are just always fun. Don't jiggle them, and they look like they're drunk. Anyway, today I am not rocking any sequins. There's Erwin. Not rocking any sequins. Went to the pool, came back, I showered, and threw on a robe. So I'm trying to keep it together. But if you like what you see, feel free to send me tips in the form of charts or whatever. All right, so 2 finishes. Viva La Frida, which, oh, I forgot to grab books to tell you guys what everything had a meaning. Okay. The Snow Flower Diaries on Etsy, they have so many great charts. So yes, Frida's not for everybody, but go and check out the Snow Flower Diaries on Etsy. I did this on a 32 count clay. And as you guys remember, I love Frida. And I love this piece because this was a mania start. I did a lot of it in La Jolla the 2 weeks that I was there. So that's kind of cool that I'll always look back and remember where I stitched a lot of this. I don't know what to say. It's, you stitch these designs and you just love every single aspect of it. The colors, the details, the meaning behind it. Anyone that's not, I'm getting reflection off that. Anyone that's not a fan of Frida may just think, oh, it's, you know, a butterfly or she's holding a monkey. But they kind of each have a meaning. I had a different frame picked out, but I went to the thrift store and found this square frame that was kind of already distressed, and I loved how it looked in a square frame rather than like a rectangle frame. So let's see, Miss Frida in the middle. She did have a pet monkey, and there is some of her artwork, her holding the monkey. I'm actually gonna grab a book. Oh, don't show anything. I think I just showed you side boob, I'm not sure. Oh good. I still have my step stool. I was hanging some of my thrift store finds and need the step stool. Cover up before coming back into the frame. All right, so Frida holding the monkey. Here, I can tell this is gonna be a problem. Let me see if I can find. So she has a few paintings with her holding the monkey. There's this one here. It's around her neck. And I love how you guys on Instagram send me messages or tag me in posts of everything Frida, from Frida yoga pants to pins. I got a gift I'll show you guys that's Frida related. Scarves, artwork, cross stitch, mini. I totally am gonna get that piece that you showed off. And that's so funny that you suggested that I put it in that frame with the velvet. I was thinking the same exact thing. So I guess she doesn't have one where she's holding the monkey, but this is the one that came to mind when I saw that. This is self-portrait with monkeys, 1943. And here's a side photo of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera with one of their many pets, the spider monkey. And you can actually see he's holding the spider monkey. The dogs, I think, are just her dogs that she had around on her property. I don't see any paintings of hers that specifically show. Here's another, I think this is the one, another one with the monkey. I'm looking at my little shrine. I don't think there's any specific though with the dogs. These birds I totally love and have always loved. So I don't have any tattoos, but I've always thought, okay, what is it that I love that has meaning? And it doesn't have to be meaning. It could be, hey, I want a heart because hearts are my favorite shapes. It doesn't need to have like this crazy deep meaning. I've always loved those birds, and I can remember after finding Frida and her story and how much her story related to mine with the whole back injury, I saw these birds and thought that is what I would want a tattoo of. Frida Kahlo, big book, and I actually ripped it out because I was gonna go to a tattoo place and get this done. So these birds here are from her wedding portrait of her and Diego. So 37. And there it is there. And that's that's the tattoo that I would want if I ever decided to get one. Let's see what I have in here. Here's another one of hers. This was, she had many love affairs. She was bi. She had a love affair with Georgia O'Keeffe, the painter. She had a on and off again with Leon Trotsky. And this was something she painted dedicated to him. And I've always loved that one as well. What was it, 37? Oh, here's more. See, I should have done my homework. Here's one with her monkey. I mean, come on, she's kick-ass. She had a monkey. Let me go back to 37 where I had ripped it out. So yeah, Frida and Diego, that was painted in 31. But yeah, it's from her wedding portrait of the two of them. And there's a movie with Salma Hayek called Frida. It's, don't watch it with young kids. There's a lot of sexual content in it and nudity, but it is the story of her life, and I love it because it has the actors, but then it throws in aspects of her drawing. So it kind of has like this collage look about it. Very, very interesting. So that's where the birds are from. The butterfly to her meant kind of, you know, not the starting off not as the most lovely looking creature, but it slowly transforms into this beautiful animal. I'm trying to think if she had any paintings with butterflies. Nothing that comes to mind. Let me check this other one. I have yet to go see her artwork down at downtown Phoenix. I need to do that because they're here till August. Here's an actual photograph of her. But I think if she was still around, her and I would be best friends wearing... I love her style. She was just so original, not only with her painting, but her dress. And she wore suits. She wore her father's suits, and would cut her hair. Her father loved photography, and they couldn't just take individual photos. He wanted a group photo of everybody, and it would take hours. So, because he would position them differently and move them around the house. So this is a family portrait back in 26 with her sisters and her cousins, and she is in the middle. She is in the middle. She is number 3. She cut her hair and wore suits. I like the Frida that is decked out in her jewelry and just not, let's see, where is it on here? Just overload. Love it. I know I've enabled a lot of people to stitch this piece. I've seen on Instagram me. Thank you. Not stitching in all the corners. Maybe they only did like the top, or just did certain corners. I love how these roses turned out. Absolutely love those. And the butterfly. My Ghetto Ass framing, signed it. I put the name of the chart, who it's by, name and date. So this has already gone up on my wall of stitched items, and I love, love, love seeing it. I want to shake you guys off. My second finish, come join the Stitch Along Salem Not Forgotten Sal. Pick a piece that commemorates the Salem witch trials, is dedicated to a specific person that was killed. I know there's one primitive hair, I think a Rebecca Nurse one, I'm not sure. So it's like you don't have to do stitching witches. There's plenty of them out there that aren't, you know, dark related. If you like houses, they have some of those. This was Salem. Hello. Salem Sisters. What does Olivia do on the forehead? Okay, let's try that. Salem Sisters. Found the chart on Etsy. The fabric was something that I had saved from thrift store, 28 count. It was from like Joann's in a roll. I dyed it, coffeed it, and then did Vanna's shake and bake. Love how it turned out. Used the call for threads. I didn't do the cat heads. And I just love how it all looks. The bird is awesome. So, yeah. And then on the back, I did Salem Sisters by Plum Street Samplers to commemorate the 325th anniversary of the Salem witch trials, name and date. All right. And that has actually been out on my island in my kitchen, displayed. So let's see, what do I want to go with next? I'm going to go with whips that I've been working on. I pulled out Lion by Stickdean von der Windenberg, Son Johnson. And what's funny, I bought this on clearance off of 123. And I got a message the other day. I don't know if it was, someone messaged me and said that they've been waiting for this to come back in stock on 123. I haven't seen anybody else stitch this. I bought it on clearance. So with me stitching it, did 123 all of a sudden get all of these people wanting alerts when this came back in stock or requested it, and now they're waiting for a new shipment of these to come in? Because if so, I need to start collecting royalties. Well, I know I'm not the designer, obviously, but I need to start collecting something for stitching clearance pieces and then people loving them and wanting to stitch them. I need to figure this out because I feel like I'm getting screwed. I need to start getting tips. Love this. So that's Lion, aka Massimo, because you know all my pieces with people or animals need to be named Italian. I started in the middle and did page 2, and I brought this out the other day and I've done from there up. Got my pocket-sized Pepe helping out. That's Jen Delicious Threads. The colors are I mean, of course, pictures are so deceiving. We all agree on that. They're brighter than what I thought, but it works. It totally works. And again, just like Coffee Quaker or Death by Cross Stitch, you can change it up. This I think would be cool in like a mono look, or stitching it all in one color and then doing the line in a different color I think would totally be really badass. The detail on each little motif is awesome. I just absolutely love it. And this is, I just love, I know I've said this before on the sides, that the motifs aren't complete. I love that they're cut off. I'm stitching this. Now see, usually I always keep, because it's in my, I always keep the fabric card of what I'm stitching on. And then when I'm done with the piece, I stick the card written fabric in here and file it away. But I have this in my floss bin. If you're really interested, it's a light blue. Is this that star gazing? I forget. If you're interested, let me know. I'll message you. I don't think it's the called for. Maybe it is. But no, love this. And Eriton, the thumbs downer on my videos, he doesn't do it to you guys, just me, which he hasn't done it recently. So all my current thumbs downers are just from jealous asshats. He came over the other day and asked to help me stitch. I'm like, okay. And then I said, you know, you give me a lot of grief for stitching and you would give me thumbs down. And he looked at me, he's like, no, I love this piece. You need to stitch it for me and frame it and hang it in my room. What? You've never shown a bit of interest in my stitching or asked to stitch or help me stitch, ever. And I said, do you like my stitching? And he's like, yeah, I think it's cool. I like it. I don't know what happened to him. No idea. So yeah. So Lion. Love Lion. I kind of, it was away. Let's see, I started that April, and so I haven't worked on it for a couple months, and I have fallen back in love with it. I forgot how much I absolutely love it. Linen and threads stitch along. I'm working on May. I need to obviously do June. I think I got burnout on it because I was trying to catch up. Obviously, I'm only doing a third of it, but it's still so heavy with the stitching. So this is part of May, and here's the rest of May. Took this to the pool today because it's easier just to stitch on one color. And absolutely love this. Love it. And Arsenic Old Lace. I don't like stitching on it. The little stitcher. Love the piece. Don't like the movie. Love the fabric, Murky. It's that damn white. Or like 3856, whatever the hell it is killing me. I hate how my stitches look, but then when they're all together, I'm like, okay, they're not bad. There's this lacy frame that goes around it. I have to do it though because it breaks up each little piece. I think it's the stopping and starting of the colors, even though there's only a handful of them. It's not like one of those Barbara Anna New World where you're switching colors. But yeah, I love it though. I don't know. I'm just not gravitating towards it. Let's see what else. I think that is it. Okay, I'm gonna do shout outs real quick. Kentucky woman stitcher Kathy. She does Paula Vaughn's. She shows samplers and other works in her video. I believe she only has one video out. And she says she loves working on 40 count. Love her. Love you, Kathy. Hope to see more videos from you. It is Kismet. It is Kismet_stitches. That's also her IG handle. Diana, she shows her needlepoint, which I love. Yes, it's not cross stitch related, but come on, it's in the same realm. She did this awesome pumpkin on Black Ada, and you look at it and kind of like fades into the Black Ada. It's awesome. She shows a Courtney collection piece that I had never seen before. It's very skinny and narrow. It's awesome. So go check her out. These ladies are just freaking hilarious. DSquared X Cross Stitching. Donna and Debbie, get it, DSquared. First 30 seconds, I was totally busting up. They talk over each other. It's just hilarious. You guys are so cute. They're kick-ass. They're both doing Death by Cross Stitch in 2 separate ways. It's awesome. And they also have, what drew me to them was their thumbnail for YouTube. Behind them, they have a huge wall of all finished pieces. So girls, I want to see those for sure. Heather at SunShineHev, H-E-V, link them all down below. Mira's and see, this is what happens when you're making notes in highlighter. Trying to remember what I'm abbreviating here. Anyway, she has a ton of Mira's finishes that she shows off. Great, great work. Go check her out. That's Heather. Dee has commented on my videos. Dee, I did not know you made videos. Black Cat Crafts 13. Oh, go check out Miss D. We love Miss D. Andy at Nana's Needles. So pleasant to listen to. Everything is spot on. Her sound and her lighting, and you just feel like you're in the little room with her and she's, you know, chatting with you. She shows off in her latest video. There's a part 1 and part 2. I think it's in part 1 if I remember. She stitched a piece for her husband that was in the military, and when she framed it or had it framed, she had one of his medals also included in the framed piece, which is, I think, totally awesome. So go check them out. I'll link them down below. Thrift store finds. Let's start. Okay, you ready? You ready? You ready, ready, ready? Okay. 75 cents. This kick-ass tin. Made in England container. Arlene, this is the piece that I was telling you about, if you want me to send you pictures. It's like all raised. And it goes along the sides. Love it. 75 cents. I saw it on the bottom. Cal was with me. and I saw it on the bottom, and I was like, Cal, get over here. And I like pointed to it with my foot because I was carrying pictures, you'll see. So, see, that's why you have kids. So when you go thrift store shopping and you don't get a cart because you just don't want to waste the 3 seconds getting a cart because you might lose out on something, and then you find shit, and then you're holding it, and then you spot something, but you can't put your stuff down. That's why you have kids, to call them over and say, hey, pick that up for me. Little tidbit. This was at that store you guys love, my White Dove Hospice. Trying to see, what can I put this against? Because I want it to focus. Let me see if this will work. It's a pin that has a tiny little cross-stitch flower, like petite point. Yeah, I had to get it. Somebody messaged or said on Instagram that this might not be heart anger. Pulled thread? I don't remember. I don't know the difference. It's gorgeous. 50 cents! Killing me. I might actually frame this. This was framed. I took it out of the frame, simple wood frame, because I needed it to frame a picture that I found at thrift store that I'm going to give to Ayrton for his first birthday. He's become obsessed with Egyptians, and I found it and needed this. Actually, it's right here. I'm painting it gray. So this was in here. No markings. Not my style. So I'm going to put it up on... Actually, if you would like this, let me know. We can trade something. Trading's always fun. I also collect... So, obviously, the whole Save the Stitches movement is a go. I'm so thrilled to see other people saving things, going out to their thrift stores and finding these pieces. This is, I think, it's needlepoint. Yeah, it's needlepoint. At first, it wasn't my style. I don't know. The house is cool. I think this is like an Emily C house, but like it just needs to be darker. But I flipped it over, and that's what got me. And I was like, yes, I need to buy this for $4. First off, not ghetto-ass framing, but it's written on. It says, happy birthday, August 19th, 1950 to August 19th, 1989. 39 spectacular years. Love you, Mama. Excuse me. Thank you. So I had to get it, and I think it'll go perfect after all in here. So yeah, I was happy to find that it was signed, or a little message. But again, I just totally wonder, the person, why was it donated? And then I feel so fortunate being able to have these pieces, my sewing box, and everything else that I've collected and found. It had to work out so I could get those pieces and I could enjoy them. And I love when I find something that I absolutely need to have. There's lots of cross-stitch items I come across and I don't get because they're not my style. So there are some that I just leave behind. I always check to see if they're signed, and they're usually not. This was another needlepoint piece. I saw it and was like, holy crap, yes. Love this. The cat on the blanket, the woman, girl looking outside, probably looking at some hot guy walking by, and reading a book. Love this. Professionally done, no sticker, no signature. I love this. This reminds me of another piece that I saved that I think it's called Cruel. I'm running out of damn wall space. Just like Danielle said in one of her last videos, I don't know if it's time to move or if I just need to take over another room in our house. I don't know. I am running out of wall space for my saved pieces. This wall that I have that I'm gonna do a wall of all my stitch stuff is filling up. I told Danielle we can just start putting our shit on the ceiling. Wally is so much better. I appreciate you guys on Instagram and sending me private messages about Walzers. So he got neutered last Thursday. His testicles swelled up beyond, oh my god. Where you going? You gonna lay down? Hey, lay down, because I'm gonna want to show you off. I'll call you back. Anyway, I'll call him back. Yes, that's what he's wearing. Yes, yes, you saw that correctly. So he was bleeding and I was just getting frustrated and so upset. And finally, I called. We'd been in contact with the vet. Saturday, I said, look, the bleeding's not stopped. It's been, 48 hours. Maybe I took him in on Sunday. I think it was Sunday. Been 72 hours. The bleeding's still going. He's bleeding in my house. I was afraid he had this von Willebrand's disease, which also people can have. It's a clotting issue. Wolfhounds can have it, and I was afraid, great, just our luck, he would probably have it. I didn't like how he was looking and healing. I worked at a vet hospital for 5 years. I just didn't like the situation. So took him in, ended up, he was admitted to the hospital for 3.5 days. The doctor wanted to just monitor him with his bleeding, have them kind of not only give me a break with what I was dealing with at home with him, but they just thought if he's here, we can put him into, a cage and keep him more quiet. Because Friday morning, he wanted to play with his ball in the backyard. No, he had to be quiet for 2 weeks. So it wasn't how I wanted him to rest and recover, but I knew admitting him to the hospital was his best chance at healing properly and everything like that. And the doctors hadn't ever seen this. They were blown away by the swelling that he was continuing to bleed out. And we did blood work, and his blood work came totally fine. He wasn't anemic after all the bleeding. His platelets were all fine. They wanted to adopt him as their little mascot at the hospital. It was so cute. I went and checked up on him, and it was hard to leave the hospital after checking him because he just wanted to come home, but he needed to stay. But he's all good. He's on the mend. We're still taking it easy for 2 weeks. Wally, you want to come here? Wally! I know. Erwin got a break from him sniffing his butt. I mean, come on. Wally! Wally, come here! Wally! Wally! Alright, we'll see if he comes. took things to a donation place after Ayrton's swim lessons the other day. I prefer donating to them because it's an animal rescue place and all the money goes back to the company. Not even gonna say. This was what was inside of it. Do you want to guess? Go ahead. I know I can't hear you, but why don't you just guess? Those that didn't see my Instagram or Facebook post, because you guys would just be cheaters. How much? Nope, that's wrong. Too high. $5. Now, I posted. How can I tell if it's hand done or if it's just really good tapestry fabric? I honestly believe this coin purse is hand done. It's from a smoker. So I need to figure out how to get that out. This is definitely hand done. There's some of the stitches coming out here, but just looking at it, it's, I know this isn't like the best color. You can just tell by looking at it. The flowers around the edges that it's like petite point. This yellow here, squiggly around the edge, is satin stitched. I saw this in the group of purses and there were like scarves in front of it, and I just like casually like, oh, I'll just move the scarves, and I saw this and like, yeah, no, I was in shock. I like to think that this is hand done. There's no markings on this piece whatsoever. It's along the bottom as well. The fabric that it's stitched on, you could say, is like cross-stitched fabric, but I also know, you know, fabric that's machine made is meant to look like that to make it look hand stitched. But I posted this and I've gotten numerous of people, you guys, suggesting that it is hand stitched. Opens a little pocket. Love this. I have been looking for a stitched clutch or something for so long. I have one that I found that is, I think, just machine. I love it nonetheless, but I have always been looking for a hand-stitched one. I need to find, next thrift store, I need to find a shelf, like a small shelf that I can put somewhere, I think here, and then have these little pieces displayed. I would totally rock this and wear this out. Totally would. But display them here, because otherwise they're just in my closet. So I think I need to get a little shelf and then I can display them in here. So love, total, died, went to heaven, great score. Then Ayrton came with me, and you know Ayrton has this genetic thriftiness score. You know, he found that sewing box for me. He goes over and is playing with God knows what. And I look down and I point and he says, oh, they're cross-stitched, Mom. 2 footstools. One, the one that I left, was smaller. the needle point on the top was nothing special. It was kind of just a generic flower grouping of cluster flowers. And it wasn't in the best of shape, per se. They wanted $20. Freaking kidding me? 20 bucks for that? This one was next to it. Bigger, more colorful, better detail, wood-wise, the feet. $8. Shit, yeah, I bought it. Can we not? Can we not? A little here, but it's intact. I'm not gonna use it first off, and if I see my kids touch this, yeah, they're done. Feet, underside, no markings, nothing. $8. I was so excited. I texted Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, as I was driving. Michelle, I sent those pictures to you as I was driving because I was so excited. Sorry, Marlene. I love this. Love this. So yes, that's all I found this week. Come back next week to see what else I bought. Okay, I think that is it, my friends. Oh, gifts. Duh. Hello. Husband went down to his parents. I don't go. And came back with 2 books that his mother-in-law, or my mother-in-law, found, and she thought of me and she got them for me. So sweet. Actually, I have a piece, a Home Sweet Home piece I need to stitch for them. The things in here aren't necessarily my style. They kind of run along the lines of like cutesy and whatnot. Home is Where the Heart Is by Cooler Design Studios. I know Cooler Design Studios, they have great patterns, but yeah, they're just not, I mean, it's like you could make a doll and then they show you how to make the doll, like they give you then like the pattern. But I went through and I did not see anything. I think this is actually in there. This one as well, Vanessa Ann Collection, Changing Seasons. I don't know, Michelle, Rudy, I thought of you when I saw this. I don't know, this was like totally you. This thing was kind of freaky, but like totally cool. This like weird doll cat thing. I'll give you nightmares. Little stockings. Merry Christmas. So these two, here it is. So these two may be going up in my store. Have to wait and see. Give me a couple days. We know her. We love her. Yvonne, aka Ruby. Love that. She sprinkled me with some kindness. Wrote a letter. I haven't seen this paper since like college, like lined paper. Who knew that they still made it? I can't. She said she saw this, reminded her of Pepe's relatives. Yeah, this is like a damn family reunion. Again, what did I tell you guys when I went on vacation for 2 weeks? He stayed home and went on a Malibu drinking bender. Okay, where are his relatives? At a saloon. Or when? My boys saw this and decided this one is Pepe. One, because he's a sheriff. But it's also because he's smitten and flirting with the barmaid. Cal told me that I am this one here because she has a lot of cleavage. Yeah, we're really open in my family. Yeah. So yeah, I'm this one. Pepe's here. This drunk guy at the bar, it's like he's trying not to look and oogle, but he's totally staring. I think he's checking out my ass. I'm not sure. I love this fabric. Love it. Thank you so much again. Maybe this one's me. Who knows? She's dancing over here. She has kind of like a Frida vibe to her. No, I love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I actually have lion in this. But maybe if I put arsenic and old lace in it, I'll start loving that piece again. This arrived today. I was so confused because it had my name on it, but it says the Unemployed Philosophers Guild. What? The Unemployed Philosophers Guild. I was confused. I didn't know what the heck this was. It had my name on it, so I thought, shit, yeah, I'm gonna open it. I didn't ask if I could say who it was. I'm pretty sure she would be fine with it because she's cool like that. Lisa, I don't remember your last name and I'd look it up, but I'm on my phone. Lisa is doing the Frida piece as well. And her and I kind of clicked over that and connected through with Frida. You guys may remember a few weeks ago, maybe about a month now, she posted on Stitch Mania that her house had burnt down. And had lost all her memories, all her stitching, everything. So I was blown away when she messaged me and said she wanted to send me something that correlates with Frida and just a cute little gift to go along with it. Here, she has lost everything, slowly rebuilding or trying to rebuild, and she takes money that should be spent on you guys, Lisa, you and your husband, in rebuilding your home and making memories again. Luckily, memories are these things that we don't necessarily need objects to remember them. They're in our heart, and I so appreciate that you thought of me and ordered this for me, and I love it, and it's just perfect. Frida Kahlo, Reflections, Sticky Notes. Who knew that there was such a thing? And I love the look on her face. Love the look on her face. And it's like a little book. It opens up. It's notepad sticky notes. A little paint palette, and then a little flag color. Love this. Love this. This was so sweet of you, Lisa. Thank you so, so much. Thank you. now I think that is it. I'd like to show you Wally and his beautiful getup that he's needing to wear. Wally! Wallace! Come see everybody that has been wanting to wish you the best. Because Wally has a posse, just like Pepe. So, he's lost a ton of weight. He's never been over 115. His parents are close to 200. He's now barely over 100 pounds. It didn't help us going out of town for 2 weeks. He tends to not eat. And then with this whole butt thing, it's just been a disaster. So, Wally is here. He's happy. Cover up the cooch. Careful, gentles. They want to see your sexy new outfit. Yes. Can you sit? Can you sit? Nope, nope, not hands. Sit. Okay. So, for 2 weeks, we have to keep him quiet. Obviously, you can see he doesn't want to stay quiet. His bleeding has definitely decreased, but he still can't, obviously, lick his wound. The e-collar is just fucking ridiculous. There's no way in hell he would wear it. It would scare him. And he's so good, if you just tell him, hey, don't lick this, or don't do that, he'll stop. But this is going to be the saving thing, so he never has to lick it, and hopefully just help him heal faster. They had a similar ghetto thing when he was in the hospital. When I was at the hospice thrift store, I bought adult diapers, and you guys thought that his ghetto-ass diaper out of a sweatshirt and Barbie clips was awesome? No, look at my more recent. This is the summer 2017 edition line. Okay, Wally, hold on. Because now that the sun... Alright, let's see. So the doctor decided he obviously needed something tight to hold his balls and his junk and everything together. So she donated some of her bike shorts from home. This is the diaper that I've cut a hole in to have his tail come out of. And then I fold it back so then he can pee. And yeah, so that's his little getup to hold them all together. And then this is like this vet wrap stuff, and this I just tie just to hold more, keep it more of a drawstring. This is the only damn dog, I'm pretty sure, that would allow us to let him wear a diaper. Yeah, Wally, you're awesome. Go lay down. I don't know any other dog that would let you put him in a diaper and bicycle pants. He doesn't try to mess with it. He doesn't try to tear it off, nothing. Freaking awesome. I think after everything heals, that just needs to be his new thing. It's just wearing shorts. So that's Wally. He's much better. I appreciate you guys reaching out and contacting me regarding him. He's doing well. Thank you, thank you. And that is it that I have to show. Husband should be home soon with the boys. Friday night, I got to figure out dinner because God knows me dressed like this, we're not going anywhere. Thank you guys for subscribing and liking and the comments, and follow me on Instagram and checking out my store on Amazon, Sincere Stitches. I love you all. I'll see you guys next time.